Assalamu alaikum and good morning, my dear all friends. I am Ahmad Rashid Ahmadzai, again with a new English lecture. To start with the name of Almighty Allah, most gracious and most compassionate. Today we're going to talk about one of the most important English tense and English grammar. As you all know that we are in the tense series lectures. So far we're going to talk again about one of the most important English tense, which is called past perfect progressive tense. Before starting our lecture, I want you all to like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and also I want to mention something that some of my friends and also some of my students are asking me, that how can we learn English grammar very soon. The simple way and also the simple recommendation for all the students is that if you want to learn English grammar very soon, you need to watch my videos again and again, and you need to note all the words one by one, and the consequence you can learn English very soon. Okay, now let's define what is past perfect progressive tense. The simple definition for past perfect progressive tense is shows duration of a past action before another action happened. It means we use past perfect progressive tense to talk about duration of action and past which happened before another action in the past. And we're using two actions. The first one should be with past perfect progressive tense, and the second should be only with simple past tense. Okay, now there is a question that what is the difference between past perfect tense and past perfect progressive tense. The simple difference between past perfect tense and past perfect progressive tense is that progressive tense, as it is completely clear from its name, that we use past perfect progressive tense to talk about duration of the action, but we use past perfect tense only to talk about the action which is completed before another action in the past. And the next difference between past perfect and past perfect progressive tenses in here, that we use past perfect progressive tense to focus on the action, which is the verb, and we use past perfect tense to focus on the subject or the doer of the action. Okay, now let's talk about the usage of past perfect progressive tense. That where can we use past perfect progressive tense? There are many places that we can use past perfect progressive tense. That we are going to talk about two of them, and two common and two most important usage of past perfect progressive. The first usage says that we use past perfect progressive tense with simple past tense shows result at a time in the past. It means when we are talking about a result of time in the past, on the time we can use from past perfect progressive tense. For example, Ali was tired, he had been working. It means the consequence of working a lot, now on Ali is feeling tired. Okay, let's talk about the second usage of past perfect progressive tense. The second place that we can use past perfect progressive tense is same like present perfect to talk about how long to a point in the past. But the difference, as I mentioned, that we use past perfect tense to talk about only action which is completed, but past perfect progressive tense to talk about duration of an action in the past. Okay, let's have an example. The formation for past perfect progressive tense, and the second usage is same like present perfect tense. For example, when plus simple past and for plus a time. Let's have an example. When Ali came, I had been working for 5 hours. Okay, boys and girls, up to now we talked about the usage, and also we talked about the definition of past perfect progressive tense. Now let's talk about the structure of past perfect progressive tense. As we know, there are many structures for all the tenses, that the four of them are the most important. But the fifth one, which is the negative interrogative with contraction, do not forget that we oftenly use negative interrogative structure with contraction form and informal way of writing and speaking. Okay, let's talk about the formative structure. The formative structure is subject plus had plus been plus present participle or verb with an ing plus component. For example, it had been raining when Ali called me. And if you want to change your formative structure to interrogative structure, only replace the subject with had. Just bring had at the beginning of your sentence. Had it been raining for when Ali called me. And if you want to change your formative structure to negative structure, only use a not after the verb had. For example, it had not been raining when Ali called me. And if you want to change your formative structure to negative interrogative form without contraction, use from this structure had plus subject plus not plus been plus verb ing plus rest of the sentence. And had it not been raining when Ali called me. If you want to change your formative sentence to negative interrogative with a contraction, try to use hadn't at the beginning of your sentence. Hadn't it been raining when Ali called me? Also, there is something that I want to mention. commonly people are in writing they are contracting the subject with had, and they're using like and they're writing like this one, the contraction form of I had, he had, she had, and also it had. But be aware of one thing, that do not misunderstand or do not misread I would and also I had. Just the simple trick is that when had is followed by the past participle form of the verb, on the time you read this one has had. Otherwise, you cannot read it. It was our today's lecture about past perfect progressive tense, about the usage, about definition, and also about the structure of past perfect progressive tense. Do not forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Wish you all the best. Take care of yourself. In case of any question, any complaints, any suggestion, you can text me and also you can comment me. Take care of yourself. Stay at home. Be safe.